KT7 up here. Today, I will review and showcase young Oelde. He is the second unit from the 4th year celebration. He is a high accuracy, high power unit that can be built to have over 50 AoE and unit attack resistances before going into battles. They gave him a lot of the new mechanics that were introduced in the past year. Aside from that, he can also increase your team's CT mid-fight. Let's see how everything fits into one package. These are the items we will go over today. Let's get started. Young Oelde is a non-limited, 100 cost unit in the water element. They gave him the Protector of Leonis main job that can equip spear, some heavy armor and helm. Paladin and Trick Lancer are his sub-jobs. His TMR is a heavy armor. The stats are HP 498, Defense 13, and Crit of A10. The ability has 2 uses. It is a self-buff, giving the unit Pierce attack up 25 and Dispel Haste upon hit for 3 turns. And CT up medium for self. This is not a bad TMR. For many 2 buffs units, being able to Dispel Haste will equal the playing field. His base stats are very good. His HP at 3911 is just short of top 10. And his attack at 425 is in the top 5. His base agility is at 57, but he gets 10 more from his board. It is very easy to get him to the mid-110s. His dex is okay, nothing impressive but not bad either. Although his luck is decent at 184, but he is not an evade unit. He has the basic 3 move and 1 jump, and does not have any ways to increase those from his kit. His attack type resistances are 15 to slash, 10 to strike, and 20 to magic. The 20 to magic is very good in the current meta. His ailment resistances are 10 to blind, 50 to sleep, and 50 to berserk. He is a 50 faith unit, but I still recommend giving him the appropriate ailment resistances. Next is mastery ability. The usual water element buffs. Plus 10 unit attack resistance, and 20 reaction block rate. Very nice. At level 140, he gets another 15 unit resistance, 15 healing power. And the defense penetration up effect from his Leonis Drain attack will go from 1 turn to 3 turns. So he has 25 unit resistance to start. Now his new spear. The general ability is Pierce attack up 15. For Oelde and a few other main jobs, it also gives them reaction block rate 30, plus AoE resistance of 15 when HP is above 70%. This spear is so good, not just for him, the AoE resistance up also applies to Flag Glaciela. Be sure to farm enough recipes for at least 2. 1 assault and 1 aim. Next up is main job support abilities. Support number 1 is a must, it has 4 effects. Max HP 12%, attack 24%, accuracy of 25 plus AoE resistance of 15. With this equipped, he would have 25 unit attack resistance and 15 AoE resistance to start. This is better than many tanks we have. Support number 2 gives him reaction block rate 35 and 15 initial AP. I don't recommend this one however. His main job reaction is a straight line counter attack, up to 2 panels away. Has a 30% chance to proc and absorb 50% of damage. I don't recommend this one as well. Now his LB. It is a sequential ability. A straight line AoE attack up to 3 panels away. First lower target's pierce resistance by 38, then deals damage large. Then increase the ally's CT small, and 3 turns attack up 60% and accuracy up 60. It covers a 4x4 area around Oelde. The range of his LB is short but the sequential ability is really good, and it can combine with his offensive aura effect. Next is buffing abilities. This first one has the highest AI priority. It is a group buff around self. Increase the group's AoE resistance by 20 for 3 turns. Then grants himself re-raise, and physical damage up 20% when re-raise is active. Plus 3 turns force barrier effect, range 4 to 7, reducing 10% of damage per panel. And finally a 3-turn AP auto restore medium. 5 effects from 1 buff, kind of crazy. Since it has re-raise, he will not run around and cast this multiple times. His second priority buff is for self only, giving him a 5k HP all damage barrier and the aura effect. The area it covers is a 3-panel diamond shape area around self, with a range height of 3 and area height of 1. The effect does not apply to Oelde, only to his teammates, giving them physical damage up 15%. Put this together with SummerGlaciela, then you will have aura for both offense and defense. As you can see, he needs both of his buffs, so a haste TMR is likely not possible. Continuing on to his attacking abilities. We will go down the in-game list. The first one is Leonis Drain, an AoE attack with a range up to 5 panels away. The range and shape is the exact same as Flag Glaciela's Triple Cross. Prior to damage, increase defense penetration by 40 for 3 turns, break physical barriers, and plus 30 hit rate. Then deals a 2-hit medium damage and absorb 30% of the damage. This is his bread and butter attack. The AI will often start off with it, because of its range. His second attack is also an AoE. Has a range of 2, it is an X-shape attack. First deals medium damage, and lower targets CT medium. CT down medium is a big deal, is the same amount as Keen Blade. If you put him with Faris and SummerGlaciela, then all 3 units can lower enemies CT. The third attack is his low AP ability. It is a unit attack, deals damage small, has the piercing effect, and remove all debuffs for self. Not bad, he does not have any debuff reduction from his kit, and can't get any from DCs. A debuff removal is very nice for him. The last attack on the list is his job level 25 attack. A unit attack with range of 3, and has the lobbing effect. So he will be able to reach further if he is standing on higher ground. First remove courage, then deals damage medium. Yep, he can remove courage too. Okay, that's all from his main job. Let's go over to the sub part. Both are attacking abilities. The first one is a unit attack with a range of 2, and has the piercing effect. Deals damage small, and 25% chance to inflict disable. All the male Leonis characters have disable, must be in their blood. The second attack is an AoE with a range of 3. First deals damage medium, and lower targets AP by 15. These two abilities are nice, but this is not the sub job I like the most. Now let's go over the other 2 sub jobs. First up, Paladin. The support ability he has is Mind-Body Unity. Max HP 12% and defense 12. The reaction ability is Paladin's Guard. I like this reaction the most, even though it is not outstanding, but it is not restricted by range. The 2 notable abilities are Taunting Blade and Saintly Cross. He could be a semi-tank if you want to. Saintly Cross is a good ability for him, more ways to recover HP. He does not get courage from Paladin, but that's okay. Next is Trick Lancer. This is the sub job I like the most. He gets Trick Lancer lore, giving him crit rate up 25 and 40 defense penetration. This is the only source of defense pen from this entire kit, be sure to put this on him. The other support ability is Unwavering Javeliner. This is an interesting one. Not only it has 25 accuracy and increase the range of Binding Javelin. It can also nullify stun, which could be useful against Vivi. But defense penetration is way more important. The reaction ability is Counter Trick. The 2 notable abilities from Trick Lancer are AP Break Lance and Binding Javelin. Binding Javelin will be his longest range attack if he is on this sub. At the moment, I don't recommend giving him High Faith just to increase the chance of immobilize. There are too many status effects in the current meta. We are finished with his whole kit. Next is Hollow VC, it is a good one. The hollow effects are for quest content only. It supports Sword Red Mage, Spear, and Staff Devout. For water, that's SummerGlaciela, Faris, Oelde, and Amnelis. This card also opens the door for Spear and Sword Red Mage from both ice and water. The stats of the card are HP 320, Attack 143, Defense 3, and 53 Dex. The party abilities are AoE resistance of 24, crit chance of 20, and max HP of 25%. HP is in the second highest tier among Vision card party abilities along with reaction block rate and debuff reduction. For mono water, the Leviathan card is a good alternative. It has 20 AoE resistance and 20 pierce resistance, which can be very good in mirror matchup or against Wind Spear teams. The bestowed ability is magic resistance of 15. This can get Elda's magic resistance to 70. The hollow party ability is AP consumption down 15, this is not bad too. The VC mastery are pierce attack up 3, and crit chance 3. One thing I like to point out is the possible fire team with this card. If nothing changes, this card will work with a future fire team with Folk, Soul, and Shawls. Have no idea if he will actually arrive, but something to keep in mind. The card is not limited. I don't think it is a must-have, but it is definitely a main slot Vision card. Next, equipments and Espers. The new Spear is the best weapon for him. AoE resistance 15, can't beat that. In the second slot, the armor from the Reliquaries is the best in slot. Damage reduction when HP is above 50% is just perfect for his HP absorb abilities. And that's the only source of debuff reduction he has access to. In his TMR slot, it is really for agility adjustment only. Bells is a very good choice for both high accuracy and agility. Be sure to turn off the ability. I would recommend a haste TMR for him if you can work it in. As for Truststones, I suggest either defense or barrier set on the left. Agility or aim on the right. The abilities with the equipments showing below are listed here. He can have very high accuracy should you build for it. I will show it in the sample team section. The best Esper for him is the Ultros. It has unit resistance, magic resistance, 20 defense penetration, attack and pierce attack, just perfect for him. If you need more accuracy, Dark Tetra, regular Odin, Titan, Sildra, and the Marsahagon Prince can do the job. Next is sample teams. The first team I have is the best Oelde team right now. Mono Water with SummerGlaciela and Faris. He is on Trick Lancer sub with his main support number 1 and Trick Lancer lore. The reaction ability I have is Paladin's Guard. My Ultros is missing 16 magic resistance from the board, so if you were to go all the way, his magic resistance would be at 79. This team is about CT manipulation, high AoE resistance and sustain. All 3 units can manipulate CT. And they all can heal. Oelde has HP drain, Faris has sequential healing. And SummerGlaciela has an auto heal back, plus a self heal. Not to mention the aura effects for both offense and defense. This team is tough to take down with both magic and physical. In a setup like this, Oelde starts off with 70 defense penetration, and it can go up to 110 after he uses his Leonis Drain attack. However, his Pierce penetration is only 10. Sadly, he does not get any from his kit or vision card. But look at his AoE and unit resistance. They are both in the 50s to start. Both are higher than SummerGlaciela. With his active buff, his AoE resistance will be at 74. The vision card's abilities are showing on the screen here. And a few alternatives are here as well. This team will not blow anyone away, but it will likely outlast your opponents. The next slide is a couple of variations of Mono Water. On the left, I have the accuracy build. His accuracy is at 148, with just 1 support ability. It is not the highest by any means. But I think that's enough. He has an high accuracy attack, plus Glaciela's aura effect to improve his hit rate. For reference, if you give him the Unwavering Javelineer support ability, his accuracy can be in the 170 range. On the right side, I have Oelde with Amulet. Her Diamond AoE attack does pierce type damage, the two can chain together. But I don't think this team is better than Faris on the squad. If you want some magic damage, she is my top choice. Giving Oelde HP auto heal back is impactful. Next, we have Water Mixed Ice. I actually like Howlet more than Jaden. He can dispel haste on hit, which is very helpful to avoid getting lapped. Viga's TMR is a very good choice for the Ice Boys if you don't need haste. Having a magic-based ice unit can really help when facing lightning or wind. Sildra does not support Oelde, and the Halloween VC does not support Glaciela. All other VCs support all the units showing here. The last team I have prepared is the Spear team with Flag Glaciela and Wind Veritas. I was hoping either Oelde or his VC will finally bring Pierce penetration to the game, but we will have to keep waiting. There are lots of VC for this group. The team I am showing here is very strong, but it is definitely not as impactful as when strike teams were formed. Dialdo can protect Oelde from lightning. Glaciela and Wind Veritas both have multi-hit pierce attacks. They just chain so well together. Spear team looks really good on paper, but it is still not quite there yet. Before my new summary slide, let's look at VCs for the Spear group. The group is more than ready, but still missing that pierce penetration VC. The notable crossovers are with Staff Devout, Fist, and Dagger. Maybe we can mix Dagger and Staff Devout in the future. Mixing Fist and Spear could be interesting too. Anyways, on Global, there are a couple physical-based Spear cards that JP does not have. If you have the FMA card, the Lynx card could be a main slot VC if you are missing an offensive card. The Resnick card is not that great, but it can be in the sub slot if you want more spirit. Alright, now my final thoughts on young Oelde. Papa Leonis is great. He is good against both physical and magic teams. I think all the new mechanics work very well together, forming an awesome unit. He has top-tier survivability with re-raise, all damage barrier, force barrier, and damage absorb. His offensive utilities are very good as well. Offensive aura, remove courage, break physical barriers, and general dispel. His attack range from his main job might be a little short, but it is not a bad thing. It helps him to stay grouped with his team, making the enemy AI more likely to use AoE attacks, which his team can handle very well. Plus his force barrier will draw enemy closer to him for max damage. By staying grouped, Faris can heal them back up with sequential healing. But what about select multiple targets attacks, you might ask? Well, if the enemy cannot take them out in one turn, they will heal and he has re-raise to back him up. With that said, the major flaw of his kit is lack of pierce penetration. Plus the unfriendly environment he is entering into. On Global, Lightning Astrius is on the horizon, and Lightning Raph is already in the game. The timing of his release is just weird. He is not limited, and Nier should arrive in Global about 1 month from now. He does not bring any immediate impact to the game. It is not a bad idea to hold off pulling. You might just get him during your Astrius or Nier pulls. Now let's go to sample matches. We are having issue with the AI not using sequential abilities under certain conditions. This first mock battle is the only match recorded before the issue occurred. my mono water team with SummerGlaciela and Faris going up against Raph, Melnia, and Vivi. Oelde's first action. His group buff. AoE resistance up 20 for the group. Re-raise for himself, and physical damage up 20% when re-raise is active. Also the force barrier effect, reducing damage from 4 to 7 panels away. And AP auto restore medium for 3 turns. Second action. Self buff. Granting himself a 5k HP all damage barrier. And his offensive aura effect, increase his allies' physical damage by 15% if they are within 3 panels of Oelde. He is ready to fight. Leona's Train attack. Prior to damage, increase his defense penetration by 40 for 3 turns. Breaks enemies' physical damage barrier. Give him a plus 30 accuracy. Then deals 2 hit damage medium and absorb 30% of the damage done. That's his X-shaped attack. Also an AoE. Deals damage medium and lower all targets CT medium. My team is all grouped up, that's very nice. Faris is about to attack and heal. The armor from the reliquaries works so well with Oelde's kit. Try to maintain his HP above 50% for the damage reduction. That's his low AP attack. It has the piercing effect and deals damage small. Then remove all debuffs from self. It is after damage though. This is how this team works. Stay grouped, lower your enemy's CT, and constant healing. Match 2 is the same water team against Mono Wind with Sadali, Wind Veritas, and Flag Glaciela. This is currently one of the most popular team in JP. The 15 AoE resistance from Oelde's spear also applies to Flag Glaciela. She can reach 100 AoE resistance if set up right. If I have time for a Wind Veritas video, I will show it off then. I just noticed I gave Faris the wrong sword, oh well. Oelde's self buff. Granting himself a 5k HP all damage barrier. And his offense aura, increase his allies' physical damage by 15% if they are within 3 panels of Oelde. As you can see, Oelde's range could be an issue. But his survivability is good enough to take a few hits. Leona's Train. A high accuracy attack. Increase his defense pen by 40 for 3 turns, and breaks physical damage barrier. Then 2 hit medium damage and absorb 30% of damage. The Wind Pierce chain from this team is so good. Leona's Drain again, sucking some HP back. Binding Javelin from Trick Lancer. Deals damage medium. Lower healing power by 60 on crit hit. And 50% chance to inflict immobilize. The last 2 matches both include Astrius and Lightning Raph. I will cover Raph in more detail in my Astrius video. I will not be commenting on these matches. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.